Talking about private and government or federal universities in Nigeria, you find out that in private university, everything, the facilities there are all kept in good order. They have good qualified professors compared to the private, the federal universities. And you will discover that in the federal university, most at times they find it very difficult to implement some of these funds. They are calling figures most times in papers and in all other media houses, but yet they are not implementing. And that is why in private university, you find out that the lecturers are doing well, the lecturers are busy going about their activities, about their job. But in private university, people tend to neglect that because the government is not giving more attention. In fact, even the payment system is very poor, in sense that sometimes they don't even get the actual or the due day that they are meant to be paid. Is not being paid, and it causes delay. Nobody is there to challenge, or nobody there is there to make any difference. Okay, if someone is not there to pay me in accordance to the timing, then why do I need to put more effort? If the government will look at the aspect of payment and the aspect of every other settlement in the educational system of Nigeria, I think it will help a lot.
We're talking about corruption. No make mention of it also. Who feeds corruption in Nigeria? If not you and I, then our parents. Let's be sincere. We can. It's very easy to blame the government, the state, the local government, everybody. Who feeds corruption? If you know you wrote your examination and you had everything and you got your admission to the university from the back door, then you can beat your share to say, I am fighting corruption. But some of us will be at home, our parents will secure admission for us. We don't even know how it came about. We got admission without going to the center, and those that went to the center to write the exam, they had higher grades than us. But we will get to the university before them because our parents will make a phone call and we'll get to the university. Who feeds corruption? We cannot fight corruption if we do not starve corruption. It is easier to talk about corruption, but until we starve corruption, I have said here before, I enrolled my younger cousin in an examination. The next thing he told me that he's preparing for a special center. For God's sake, if I can encourage him for a special center, a miracle center, and pay for him to write exam, I am contributing to the corruption we're talking about in Nigeria. It is easier for us to talk about corruption. And two, in Nigeria education system, I have discovered we only study to write exam. We do not study to develop ourselves. And that is an area God talked about. We must develop ourselves as educationists. We must develop ourselves in knowledge and in skills. You understand what I mean? You cannot be studying computer science. For God's sake, I did my first degree in Nigeria. I went abroad. I did my first degree again. On the same course, but with a difference. On the same course, but with a difference. So, that the quality of education I keep talking about is, what are you doing for these people? Are you making them to have a Nigerian can cram a full textbook and go and pour in the exam? When he gets back from that examination or ask him what happened, he cannot even tell you the understanding of that subject. That is to say, we are prepared for the examination and we are not prepared for life. That's why I wrote there that we don't have committed lecturers in Nigeria. They are all after bribing, they are all after everything. If students can take up action, student union, they are sleeping, SUG, they are sleeping, take up action, demand change from your lecturers. If any lecturer meets a girl, I need to sleep with you to give you a higher mark or a pass. When that girl can expose that man, demand that man is being sacked, regardless of what it is. But no, we are compromised. Who will go first? If I go, I will not pass the course. So that's what it is. We'll keep rolling, we'll keep rolling, we'll keep rolling.
Of course, Pekin was right by saying we feed corruption. But we cannot feed corruption without an environment for corruption to be fed, because the government creates environment for us to feed the corruption through bad policies, bad governance, and so on and so forth. You can't blame the parents, desperate parents of kids that want to send their children to schools, through whatsoever means. And the simple reason it's because we lack access. There is no access, adequate or equal access to quality education. Not quality education, to education in Nigeria, So parents are desperate to send their children to school. If we have access, like you have up here in United Kingdom, in whatsoever, in all advanced countries, any parents will pay his pay their way for their kids to be sent to universities, like what we had here, like what we have here. So that's the thing. I mean, we feed corruption because the government creates environment for us to feed the corruption by not having access to quality education and so on and so forth.
Okay, yeah, a lot of the points that has been raised have been very, very good in the way they are, because we really need to see why we are having the same problem. And like I said in the opening speech, it is an institutional problem that is actually we take the attitude we take to everything. Now we say we are a docile nation, we're docile people, and then we just don't care as long as it will be solved. And that reminds me of just drifting a little bit from what is going now. Watching BBC Hard Talk the other day, the special advisor on the president actually saying that we have Nigerian way, we solve the problem Nigerian way. And he said, okay, so it goes down to how we deal with issues, because we think that we have a Nigerian way, and you ask yourself, a country that has been left to govern itself for over 50 years is still say they have a way that still doesn't actually help to the lives of the people. Now, I want to take this discussion in a different direction. It sickens me when lecturers of the Nigerian universities embark on a strike. And this is actually, a lot of people are for and against it. And there are a lot of conversations that are like, okay, the lecturers are saying, yeah, we are not asking for our own money, we are asking for it to be funded, for university to be funded, for university to be properly taken care of, because we cannot continue to teach in this environment because this is not working, that is not working. And I say to myself, lecturers, most of you have been academicians, in quotes, with due respect, for over 25 years. How many of you have engaged in an active research? How many of you that are in the area of science and technology that have actually seeking for funding to build a laboratory, to work on a research, to come up on something? Isn't it a shame that in Nigeria we have how many professors of electrical or chemical engineering and whatever that we still are not able to find a way to deal with energy crisis which we have, that is affecting our ability to power the streets of Nigeria and actually puts a lot of things in order. We are still talking about that, these issues over all these years. So many of you actually are going abroad for sabbatical, which is being funded by the university, and you just go there and you do nothing. You take your family and you come back and stuff like that, and you hand out 10 paper to the students to just go and study and come prepare for exam. It's disgracing and disgusting that you would actually be fighting or saying that you're going on strike. So these actually, if the lecturers who wants to develop, because they say education is the bedrock of the society, and somebody said that it is different. There's a difference between going to university and being educated. We actually have that issue in our country. Everybody wants to go to university, not because many people know or believe that they can be educated, or they have a different mindset going to the school and coming out with something different.
Great contributions there, but it's time for another break, and Gossy Ukanwoke will join us after this.